Εξομολογήστε το Κύριο διαγραφός, αλληλούια, ότι στον αιώνα το έλεος αυτού, αλληλούια.
Now I'm going to open up questions to any aspect of the Christian faith, our values, our traditions, our customs, our beliefs, our ethics, anything you like. This is your chance to ask a question, or it can be on abortion if you want to continue on that train of thought. Go on, bro.
What's the Islamic stance on abortion?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So, Islam permits abortion. That means, as far as Christians are concerned, in Islamic law, they are in favor of murdering innocent children. So we'll have no lectures, thank you, about modesty and immodesty and the degenerate West and drinking alcohol. Thank you very much. Your legal systems support genocide and murder. However, Muslims have no agreement about when abortion is permitted or not, when it becomes stringent. Most Muslims agree that it's after 120 days or after 4 months. But there is a minority opinion amongst the Muslim community that to tamper with the life after 40 days is also haram. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the problem with that is that Islamic law contradicts itself. Those that advocate for 40 days are saying those that advocate for 120 days are doing something wrong. How can this be God's law? How can this be divine law when it doesn't even have a consensus of when life should be protected as human life? Ladies and gentlemen, in the ancient sources of Islam, they connected the idea of the sacredness of life as when it developed human features, hands, legs, a face, a beating heart, that came about after 120 days, they believed. But now, because of ultrasound, we know that a baby has many of these features after 6 weeks. So the very principles of Islamic fiqh are actually contradicted by the science, ladies and gentlemen. And don't even get me started on the Quran's errors on embryology. Any other questions on any aspect of the Christian faith or on the question of abortion? Sister, we're doing a Q&A on Christianity. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'll answer the question, but I want to make it clear. I'm here to answer questions about Christianity. So, I perchance invite you to perhaps ask questions on that. However, to the question of adoption, Islam believes in fostering, but Islam does not believe in adoption. They don't believe in granting a child the legal status of a son to whom he was not born. Meaning that the child is denied the right to belong to a family as a son or a daughter. But what's really shocking is the reason behind this. Muhammad had a crush on his adopted son's wife. And because he had a crush on his adopted son's wife, the sock puppet god Allah sent down a special revelation saying that adoption was abolished. Meaning that Muhammad could marry his adopted son's wife because his son wasn't adopted. And so suddenly it became legal for him to marry his adopted son's wife. We Christians don't have any such beliefs. Because Christ was adopted by Joseph and into the line of David, he inherited all the rights and titles that came with that adoption. And because David and Christ are linked by that adoption, we Christians believe in total legal acceptance of full equality between the adopted son and the birth son of a family. So we give children a home. We give children life and love and a heritage and a sense of belonging. In other words, Christian principles around adoption are far superior to Islamic principles in their abolition of adoption. Any other questions about any aspect of the Christian faith, ladies and gentlemen?
In the Bible, it talks about sort of like turning the other cheek. When you put that into context, about the turning of the other cheek.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's be clear. When our Lord talked about turning the other cheek, he gives a practical application of that interpretation. At his trial in the Gospel of John, the legionnaire slaps him on the right hand side, slaps him on the cheek. If Jesus believed that that teaching was literal, what would be the next thing that you should read in the Bible? That Jesus turns the other cheek. But he doesn't. He doesn't apply it literally, his own teachings. And that shows you that Jesus does not teach a literal interpretation of turn the other cheek. Christians can defend themselves. Christians can defend their brothers and sisters. We are not pacifists against aggressors. For instance, just today as I was coming in the park, I met a Christian brother who left Islam. He became a Christian. If that brother was to be attacked in this park for making that choice, every Christian would have the right to defend him against the aggressors that would seek to persecute him. I'm going to do one more question and then I'm going to go on to another topic, ladies and gentlemen. Go on, sister. Ladies and gentlemen, non-consensual adoption is in virtually all cases against the spirit of the Christian faith. And why is it against the spirit of the Christian faith? Because Christians believe that the family is the building block of society, ladies and gentlemen. It is the foundation stone upon which you build a society. If we do not support the idea of integral families, strong families, we see the corrosiveness that has happened in our liberal secular West, who has tried to build its society on individualism, ladies and gentlemen. As Christians, we believe that laws should build strong families. However, there are a minority of cases where the family is so dysfunctional that it can be a danger to the children. And in those exceptional and rare cases, it would be right for society to step in and to perform a non-consensual adoption, but only in the rarest and most extreme of circumstances and situations. Those ethno-nationalists are as much the enemy of the church as the Islamists are the enemies of the church, who lie about the church like Shamsi just did. Because Shamsi doesn't know that Christianity is against nightclubs, ladies and gentlemen, and hedonism. And thank you, Shamsi. We'll take no lecturers from child murderers, adulterers, who try to tell us about what's degenerate. Your Sharia law is degenerate. We don't have secret marriages in Christianity. We don't marry our cousins in Christianity. We don't have multiple wives and secret wives in Christianity. We don't have sex slaves in Christianity. We don't marry children in Christianity. We don't justify sex with kids in Christianity. We don't support the murder of children in abortion in Christianity. Yes, Andrew Tate, you're wrong. Islam is degenerate, not Christianity.